Hey guys, Jason Samkovic here, Traditional Bow Hunting Wilderness Podcast, and we are on a mission here for a solution to this situation. See, what I have here, I have my new Bradford knife. This is a Bradford Guardian 3. I every once in a while I like to play with the super steels, and this is one that I am doing that with. This is the Guardian 3, and as you can see, it is in M390. A little dirty from the sheath there, leather sheath. But I just got this, and it is going to possibly be a EDC carry knife for me. Nice compact size. Now, if you look at this, though, it comes with this leather sheath. I have no interest in that for me to carry in. But if you look at the size of this, comparatively, here there is my Azula in a sheath. And this is what grabbed my attention, is it is about the same size as the sheathed version of my Azula. When I pull the knife out, you can see that it is pretty similar in size, just a smidge bigger, and it has my attention. I'm pretty excited about it. I just got it, and like I said, I want to kind of set it up, but I want to make a sheath. I'm going to use Kydex, but I do not want to have this happen to it. See this one here. Now this knife here is the amazing knife by Travis Styles that he built for me. This is a, you can see I use the crap out of this. I only got one hand, so I'm not, there it is. But that is that knife that Travis Styles made for me out of 1095. Amazing knife, little big for me to pocket carry. As you can see size-wise here, I'll lay these together. Sorry, I'm just kind of doing this on my cell phone here. But you can see, but it's an incredible knife. You can see I beat this thing. I use it really hard. It's just an absolute incredible knife. Just been phenomenal. And I love it. But with the sheath, when you make Kydex, you got these inserts that you're going to put in here. That makes it too wide. I don't want to be that wide. I want to be more narrow like I am with this Azula case. So I have an idea in my head about pinning this instead of actually putting in the inserts. I'll put one in the end to be able to put it for a dangler like I'm going to carry it, but I don't think I'm going to use these. Instead, I'm going to try pinning it. So we're going to see what happens with that and work it out, and I will let you know how it goes here once I get the Kydex made. And I got the oven going right now, 252, so once we get up there a little hotter, I'm going to put that Kydex in there, cook it, mold it, and then I'll take you out in the garage. We'll see what we come up with. Okay, so here's what we have here. We have that knife, and you can see I made the Kydex on there. Now the goal is going to be right where that seam is on here. When I hold that, you can see that edge seam of the blade right here. I want to drill some holes in here, and I'm going to use this kind of wire right here to actually stick in there and create a pin. Here is my little test fit piece right here. See, I took these two pieces of Kydex, and I pinned them together with that pin. And then I pounded them over the hammer, and I'm hoping that's, I mean, that I can't pop that off if I wanted to. So I'm hoping that's going to be what's going to work for me. So we're going to pull the knife out of there. We're going to get that drilled in there on my little drill press here that my daughter bought me for Father's Day last year. Love this little drill press, and it's pretty sweet. Awesome little setup here. Maybe I'll even put a link on there for you if you want it, but that drill press is just awesome. Got variable speeds. You can set the speed on there. Oh, I love this little drill press. But we're going to go ahead and drill those in there and see where we stand and what we look like, and then we'll take it from there. So I'll be right back. All right, as you can see, I went ahead and drilled 10 holes in there, right there. Those are where my pins are going to be, and then I'm actually going to have a grommet there because I want to hang it as a dangler like we have on my Azula right here. I want that same concept, so I'm going to need a hole in the end. But what we're going to do, I cut pins right there. I'm going to use needle nose pliers to hold the pins, and then I'm going to drive them in through there. You can see I made the hole smaller than the pins, and it's because I want them to be a very, very tight fit in there. And so we're going to get all these stuck in there. Then we're going to go from there and probably just cut them off and pound them down on the anvil on the back of the vise right here with a hammer is my intention. So we're going to see how it pans out. Like I said, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm in the garage just tinkering, and we're going to see what we come up with. So we'll be right back. All right, we got them pounded in there. You can see I got the pins in there, and I got them sticking out the other side right there. So that's kind of what we're looking for. Now we're going to take these cutters, and we're going to trim off as close as we can. Snip, 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 snip. And then we're going to try and peen those over. I wish I had a ball peen hammer, but I don't. Never had a use for one before till now, but we're going to figure that out to spread those and set them to lock that in. Like I said, it worked really good on here when I did it with that. That was just with a hammer on the vise. And that set it pretty well, and that's kind of what I'm going for and looking for, is setting it like that. So we're going to see what we can do. All right, there we go. I got them basically, well, got a piece on there, but I got them clipped down, And you can see the height of them. I kind of hit them on my grinder right over here. I got my grinder wheel right there, and I just kind of ran them across there just to get rid of the cut marks from where I snipped these. They give that little weird pointed end on there, so I snipped them down. Now we're going to hammer them and peen them over and see what the final product here looks like before we put the end in. All right, there is a rough cut right there. Worked out good. I did screw up one pin number 3 on this side here. You can see I bent it over rather than drive it straight down, so that's kind of a bummer right there. But it was actually pretty easy to do. Put it in there and I just whack, bam, bam, smashed them on my vise. I put a little piece of tape over the pummel of this vise and just set it right on there like this and tap, 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 hit them with the hammer and knocked them down. And man, I'll tell you what, she is solid. I just used my Dremel with the diamond bit on the end of this thing. I'll put some links down there for you, but these things are incredible. But I just used that and cut off and shaped the rough shape of that. Now we're going to take this over because I don't have a belt or a bandsaw. So the easiest way for me to do it is actually the old-fashioned way, to run it on the grinder and clean her all up. So that's what we're going to do. I'll be back when I have her all ready to go. All right, well, it worked, but we are going to redo it here. It did work out pretty good, but I made the pins. I got too scared and was too far away, so I want to actually bring them in closer. As you can see, I can come in closer with them. I want to narrow that up even more and tighter. So I think what we are going to do is, and you can see I got that one pin that just drives me nuts in there. So we are going to remake it. I'm going to do it again, the whole process. It didn't take very long, but I want to redo that and see if we can't, like I said, narrow that up. If you look straight down on there, right there is where it sits. I can bring that in a little tighter with those pins and get away with some more. So we're going to redo it. All right, well, I did it. I accomplished it. I think I'm the first person ever. Actually, let me turn this radio down here real quick because we don't need to hear it right now. But I think I am officially the first person to ever actually pin Kydex and make it work. I don't know. There's probably somebody else out there that has done it, but it was my idea. I didn't see it anywhere else. Couldn't find anything else like it. Originally was going to start with staples. Then I was going to try and feed a thinner wire and sew it. I came up with some ideas, but I think I officially have it. Now, if you look here, up there was the first attempt. There is the finished second attempt right there, but you can see the size difference between them. Now I was able to tuck that in nice and close. Look at that. Try to top that right there, and you can see it fits perfect right to a T, right into there, just like that. I mean, there's not a speck more room that you could fit out of that setup right there. That sheath is straight up flawless and nice and compact. And if you look at it, let's see here, sheath-wise, well, not too shabby compared to my Azula right there. Now, keep in mind, we got a longer blade here, but look at that on the Azula right there. Now, overall length, when you put these together, if I take this and put it in here, I'm trying to do this one-handed here, and we stick this in, set that right there. Let's see how that Azula is. Azula is tied to me, so I got to be kind of tricky here, but let's see here lengthwise, put them back to back. Oh, look at that. That is impressive. That is a Bradford Guardian 3 next to Azula 2, and you can see that is almost identical in size. And if you look at the two knives side by side here, let's pop this one out so you can see it side by side. Look at the size difference of that knife compared to that Azula, and they ended up in an almost identical size sheath. So that is pretty impressive. I am so pumped that I was able to pull this off and make it work that way. This, like I said, and the difference is you can see the Azula, you have more handle. Okay, well, almost, because the choils do just about line up between the two of them. But you got a little more handle and a little less blade. This one, you got a little less handle and a little more blade. And so, and like I said, every once in a while, I get a kick in the butt for wanting some high-tech steel, super steels in this M390. I had it on one of my Benchmades that I did a video on a long time, many years ago, probably 3-4 years ago. I had a Benchmade mini grip survival edition from whoever that guy that does the survival ones are. It was M390, and it had, I put aluminum scales on it, and it was pretty sweet, and I lost it in the woods. That's why I don't ever carry a knife with a pocket clip, because this branch on a log, or a branch grabbed it and pulled that pocket clip and yanked it out of my pocket. But you can see, so I got another 390, I wanted it, but you can see, oh, that sheath is just sweet. I am so pumped about the size of that little sheath on there. Woohoo! There we go. So there you go. You saw it here first. And like I said, if you're interested in making Kydex, I do have a video on how to make Kydex. I did it about, I want to say 3 years ago maybe, but it will show you step by step. I did one for gun holsters. I did one for knives. I did one for all that stuff so you can actually see it firsthand and see how to do it. A couple tools, like I said, made it pretty easy today with that drill, that little bitty drill press, which is just a gold mine. And but you don't need a lot of special stuff. Couple little tools. Even for this, to put the grommets in, you need a few tools for the grommet stuff, which is that tool right there. I'll put a link down below for it. You need some grommets, to put in here on the end, but that's about it. Like I said, a drill and a drill bit, and a grinder like this is definitely a gold mine because you can see all the dust right there from me doing that. A Dremel with a diamond bit comes in pretty handy, and you don't need a lot of crazy stuff. Couple pieces of foam. This is all my Kydex right here. These are all my different, I got a whole bunch of 0.08, 0.06, 0.93. I got a ton of Kydex in here. And then these pieces I use for my very long knives when I make them because they're really long, but these are the two pieces used for pretty much everything else. So it's super, you can actually see an imprint in there right there, still from using them last time, but very, very simple, very easy to do. Making things out of Kydex is not hard. And I just, like I said, set a whole new world on fire being able to pin that. Now, what's nice about these pins, too, this trapping wire that I used right here, you can see I got bunches of it. But this trapping wire will patina naturally, okay? It will actually form a little layer of rust, which will patina, but I might even try to vinegar patina those pins on there. I don't know. I'm going to try it on that one first and see how they work on that junk holster before I try it on here, but we'll see. But like I said, just a pretty beautiful system with this trapping wire. I do not know what gauge it is, so don't ask. I can't remember what gauge it is, maybe 14 or 16 gauge. So I can't really tell you any more about it because none of it has any info still on it. Wait, maybe that one does. Let me see if that one has it on there. No, it does not. So I can't tell you what the gauge of these wires are. But as you can see, I got a bunch of it, and I have it because of the fact that I used to do a lot of trapping, so I had a lot of trapping wire, but that's all it is. Just trap supply wire. Got it from Amazon. Just can't remember what gauge it is, and I bought it so long ago I could probably not go back and find the thing. I've probably had it for 5 years, but I use it for a lot of different stuff. Comes in real handy. So, all right, there you go. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back with more stuff soon. All right, bye.